peak of his career. Who did not like that?
Is this just...
I'll say it was a hit. Where is the mastermind?
So let's start here. What is a Fidelity Fund Certificate, FFC? FFC is an annual certificate issued by LPC to attorneys and advocates with trust accounts. It must be renewed each year and confirms the practitioner is compliant and allowed to practice. Now, big question is, can Legal Practice Council LPC issue a new Fidelity certificate in December 2024 to replace or correct a duplicate certificate issued in 2020? Technically, I guess yes. LPC issued a new one in December 2024 for the 2020 era. For what reason we may not know, but what we can be told or what we will hear is for transparency reasons. But the most important thing is that certificate would not validate any unauthorized legal work done using the wrong certificate back in 2020. In essence, they cannot retroactively make invalid conduct valid. Let's break down Advocate Dominic Mjiako's Fidelity Certificate issue and Bongani Ntanzi's denial, all in the context of Senzo Meyiwa's murder case. Now, nearly a decade later, the trial for his murder is underway, but now the focus is not on the accused, it's on the lawyer, a mystery lawyer, an identity crisis, a legal certificate that didn't belong to him. And the courtroom drama reached new heights today when Advocate Baloyi brought a representative from the Legal Practice Council, the LPC, to testify. Why? Because there's confusion over one man, Dominic Mjiako. So how did Mjiako end up in the room when Ntanzi allegedly confessed? Before we go there, before we break it down, and before we try to make sense of his confession, if it will still stand, let's listen to this.
Mr. Sam.
Afternoon.
I'm going to be brief because this evidence is about a particular legal practitioner who set himself to testify in this court. But by way of background, has my learned colleague from the state intimated to you why you are here today?
They indicated that my presence was based on the affidavit that I drafted in terms of the records that we have pertaining to Advocate Mjiako. And my presence was required for me to then give evidence in terms of what the LPC has on their records pertaining to Advocate Mjiako.
Now, for me, the background is the following, and it will be remiss of me not to give you the background as to why you are here today. The background is the following. I represent accused number 2. And during the trial, within the trial, and in the course of this trial, accused number 2 has given me the instruction as follows, and the late Mr. Mngomezulu, may his soul rest in peace. The following instructions: that this practitioner that is the subject matter of this exercise today, Mr. Mjiako, he did not give Mr. Mjiako the mandate to represent him under any circumstances, be it in this case or in the Khabane case, for the possession of a firearm. That is the background. Are you with me?
Yes.
Now, let us not be misconstrued. And I've listened attentively to what Mr. Mngomezulu, the late, has put here in court and what I've also put. Never ever have we intimated or suggested that Mr. Mjiako is not an attorney. That has never been our submission or suggestion. at issue. And the relevant person that can come and speak about that is Mr. Mjiako himself as to how he came to represent accused number 2. In particular, at the taking down of the confession at Boksburg Magistrates Court on the 24th of June 2020.
Bathi khona ke njalo ke lapho ke umuntu ongaze futhi kube isixazululo manje kube isombululo ke sale nkinga esibhekene nakho ukuthi ke kuze ke yena ke umnumzana akhe Mjiyako alethe ufakazi bakhe ke azochazela inkosi enkantolo atshele inkosi enkantolo ukuthi ngabe empeleni nangoqiniso bekakumele yini ke umnumzana ngesikhathi kade kulapho ngaphansi kwenkantolo ke seBoksburg lapho ke la ngesikhathi kade tatha khona ke confession.
Are you with me?
Yes, I'm following.
Yes.
Yebo ngilalele.
So, Exhibit YY4, which is an FFC Fidelity Fund certificate issued to Mr. Mjiako in 2020, on the 24th of February 2020. We don't dispute that.
And thanks to Advocate Baloyi, guys, this is too much. We really have to thank him for bringing this Mr. Sambo to court, because this is a new revelation that could derail the Senzo Meyer trial altogether. The Legal Practice Council LPC confirmed a lawyer representing Bongani Ntanzi used a duplicate legal certificate, one that wasn't legally his. And at that time, he wasn't a referral advocate, meaning he had to hold a valid Fidelity Fund certificate. So the LPC only corrected the error years later, backdating a certificate to 2022. But then Mjiako had already been present during Ntanzi's confession, potentially without legal standing. Now the question is, could this render the confession inadmissible? Could it jeopardize the prosecution case? Let me know what you think on the comment section for this one. Now let's look at the legal significance in this. The Legal Practice Act is clear. In South Africa, under the Legal Practice Act 28 of 2014, Section 84 states that no legal practitioner may receive trust money, appear in court, or render legal services unless they hold a valid Fidelity Fund certificate, FFC. No exceptions, okay, for honest mistake. No exceptions for bona fide mistake. So if Mr. Mjiako appeared in court, advised a client, or facilitated a confession without a valid FFC in his own name, I think the question that Advocate Ramsipile should be asking is, does backdating a certificate erase the violation? I think that's the question you should answer, because the LPC retroactively issued a certificate backdated to February 2020. But that does not change the fact that at the time of legal representation, one, Mjiako was not a referral advocate, so he required a valid FFC number. Two, he did not have one in his name. He was using someone else's certificate. Three, the error only came to light years later and only after the damage was done. In law, you can't fix a procedural breach with a retroactive paperwork. Courts look at the facts at the time of the action, not after the facts fixes. I am not a lawyer, but this is my opinion. According to my opinion, Ntanzi could argue that he was not properly represented at the time of his confession. His constitutional rights were violated. The confession should therefore be excluded under Section 35 of the Constitution, the right to a fair trial and legal representation. And now let's look at the public confidence and professional standards. The LPC is the guardian of legal integrity in South Africa. Simply saying it was a mistake, we fix it, let's move on, it undermines public trust in legal process, accountability of legal professionals, the right of accused person, which ironically form the foundation of justice. So, fellow members of the Court of Public Opinion, in my conclusion, I would say for LPC to say it was an honest mistake made in good faith, no, it's not enough. It's not enough for LPC to simply say that. This isn't just about paperwork. It's about whether a person accused of murder had legal representation that was lawful and valid. And in a case as serious as this one, every procedural failure is a threat to justice. Definitely, you certainly can't gamble with someone else's freedom using a certificate that doesn't belong to you. I am Mrs. Independent, and this is the Great Awakening Media. We are not just watching a trial, we are watching the credibility of justice system on trial too. This is not over. Stay with us and remember to subscribe, like, share, and comment. Until the next one, bye.